Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. AROD Locks here. We're going to be doing some picks. We're going to be doing Thursday Night Football. This is Steelers versus Bengals. Alright, this game, division rivalry. We're already getting into the nitty gritty meat of the season. Steelers 4-1, kind of surprisingly. Not like, oh my god, the Steelers were going to suck, but I didn't expect them to be 4-1 right now at this moment of the season. Bengals, it is what it is, guys. We knew they were going to be good, and then we knew as soon as Burrow got hurt that they were going to be ass. And that's the way the story goes with the Bengals. Joe Burrow elevates that team beyond the way anybody else has ever elevated their team. So we're going to go over this game. We're going to go over the betting lines, how they're moving, what I'm going to be taking, what I'm going to be watching actually leading up to the game. Haven't put in the bets on the money line, spread, any of that stuff yet. But then I'm going to give you two picks, player props, at the end of this video that you're going to like. We're going to rock with them, and we're going to pick on Thursday Night Football, just like we did all season last year, just like we've been crushing it this year. I haven't been on YouTube's long-form stuff much this year. I've been more on the short-form stuff and kind of slacking a little bit, making the videos for you guys. Life's been crazy right now. But we have been putting in the picks on the Winnable. If you want to get in the Winnable, click the link below. Free picks and the VIPs right there for you. All right, let's get into the game. Money line. 79% of the bets are on the Steelers for the money. Minus 242 odds. Bengals plus 245 odds. Only 57% of the money, though, on the Steelers. So not a huge public or sharp sway right here on the money line, at least. It's kind of right in the middle. A lot of people think the Bengals could pull this one out. Spread. We got Steelers minus 5.5, Bengals plus 5.5. We're going to go 60% of bets here on the Steelers, and 56% of the money still on the Steelers. So, again, slightly in on the Steelers for the spread. Kind of weird that there's 60% of the money on the Steelers spread at minus 5.5, but then only 80% of the money, 79% of the money on the money line. It just, usually if there's a spread like that, and a lot of people are picking the winning side to win that, you'll see the money line percentage a lot higher, because I mean, if you can win by 5.5, you should be able to win by 1, right? Kind of weird there. Here on the over under, we've got 59% of the bets on the over, 50% of the money on the over. This over under is set at 42.5 points right now, so not a crazy high not a crazy high number for the NFL. I mean, that's 21 ish, right? It's kind of right in the middle. Putting up 42 points in the NFL is probably, I would say, close to median. I don't know. Don't quote me on those numbers right there, but I would say close to points scored in an NFL. 3 touchdowns apiece, a little bit over that, 42.5. So let's dive a little bit deeper into these. And we're going to go look at, Pittsburgh on the money. We're going to look at, all right, so odds are minus 239 right now for Pittsburgh money line. 79% of public bets are on the Steelers. 57% of public money. So this line should be slightly moving in favor of the Steelers. Well, looking at it back in August, things change, right? Let's look at it as we get into September here. September 3rd, odds are plus 185 on the Steelers. Then we know what happened. Joe Burrow got hurt. Switches a little bit, right? Right there, there's a big switch. Plus 185 last month to minus 225 just a couple weeks ago, last week. Now the odds went back down to the Bengals' favor a little bit, and now they're shooting up in favor of the Steelers. So, you know, guys, with how much this shot up in a week, it went from minus 225 up to minus 239. That kind of a big jump for only 57% of the money. I would say, just based on that right there, sharps are leaning Steelers, but this is not like a smash it play. There's no like huge inverse line movement or anything like that. This is not a guarantee what the sharps are doing. That's just my observation, what I believe the sharps are doing on this one, as the line is going pretty quickly in favor of the Steelers, but not a ton of public money on the Steelers. You know, Vegas is going to get theirs. They're not going to lose. So just watch that, see how the money line moves a little bit. If it stays at 57% of public money on the Steelers and these odds become minus 400s, something like that, probably means the sharps are taking that. Then I'm going to look at the spread a little more. I'm not going to bet money line at minus 4 something. That's just, you're not going to, a stupid, pointless bet. Let's look at the spread a little bit. We got minus 5.5. We're going to show more. Look at this line movement. I apologize. So 60% of the bets are on the Steelers, 56% of the public money. Coming into October here, no data for September here. So we got August. It's at plus 4.5 for Steelers, 57% of the bets. Then we've got October last week, it flipped to -4.5 for the Steelers. That's got to be a huge part of that is got to be Joe Burrow and that injury where the Steelers are now favored. And the record itself, 4-1 versus 2-3, it's just they're the better team now. A lot of people thought the Bengals were going to be the better team back in August. So don't pay too much attention to that. But as we go from now Tuesday morning, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday morning, to Thursday when this game happens, that's when you're going to see the line movement that we want to see or don't want to see to place these bets. So keep an eye on these. -4.5, and then it went up to -5.5. Actually, -5 before it went to 5. When did it make that jump? It made the jump to 5 on October 12th. And then on October 12th, later at night, it made the jump to 5.5. 5.5 is where it sits. So the percentage of the bets were going up on the Steelers, and then it hit 5.5. And then the percentage of the bets went way back down. So it seems like that -5, -4.5 line is where the public at least draws the line, and they're going to bet on the other side. So if it goes back if it comes back down to 4.5, I'm probably hitting Steelers. -4.5 there to cover that. If it goes back up to 5.5, if it continues to stay at 5.5 as this public bet percentage goes down and the public money goes down, I'm probably hitting -5.5 because less people are betting on -5.5 and it's staying at 5.5. That means the sharps are taking it. The public is saying, we don't like it, but they're not bringing that down. That says the sharps do like it. So watch that -5.5 there. Watch the public bet percentage there. I'm probably at this point in the game probably taking Steelers on the -5.5, but that's just at this point in the game. I'm not placing that bet right now. I'm going to watch it as it gets closer to Thursday. Now, real quick, we'll cover the over-under. Right now, see 59% of bets on the over, 50% of money. This one, let's watch it as well. I am a pretty big over-under guy. A lot of the time in college, more so than the NFL on the over-unders, but let's take a look at what's going on in this game as well. A lot of different, huge movement there on the graph here in the last week. Okay, the line has stayed the same. It came down to 42.5 right there at the beginning of August, so it has not moved for the last week, but there's a lot of different bets going on. Down up to 53% of the public bets on the over, down to 38%. So a lot of people teetering this line right now, and the line's not moving. So this one's really hard to read because it's staying. The line is staying put, and it's about half and half with the public. So if it's not moving, it's not really anything to tell us where the sharps are. Watch this one closely. Don't smash it yet. I would stay away from hitting this one this early. But if that line keeps going up or down, and the bets stay the same like this, that probably means the sharps are going one way or the other. So keep an eye on that one. Let's get into the player props, though, guys. We're going to get into these picks here. 2 picks for you, and then we're going to get going. Before I get into the player props, use code AROD on Sleeper. I use the Sleeper Picks app. I use Sleeper Picks. I use REBET a lot for the spread, money line, over, under, that type of stuff because they are a social sports book, and you can do player props. I also use Dabble. Prizepicks. I use a lot of them. Sleeper Picks is my favorite, mainly because I like the interface and I like the the fact that it's where my fantasy football is. So it's easy. You look at your fantasy football team, make your drops and ads on the waiver wire, then just hit the picks tab and slide over and make your picks all in the same app. That's why I like it. It's convenient. Use code AROD on Sleeper, though. They're going to give you up to a $100 deposit in free money. Free deposit match is what I meant to say. I apologize. So if you put $100 in, they're giving you $100 free. So if you're going to get on a new app, don't get on it without getting that sign-on bonus. Promo code AROD, that's what's going to get you that $100 deposit match. Let's get into the picks. Chase Brown. All right, so Chase Brown's rushing attempts. When Joe Burrow went down, everybody thought they were going to go through the roof. Everybody thought he was going to be a bell cow type of back. Not the case. We're going to take him under 13.5 rushing attempts. Here's why. This is his last 4 games. Keep in mind, this is after Joe Burrow got hurt. He's been running the ball less. He had 16 carries here against Jacksonville on the 14th of September. 4 straight weeks since then, he's been under this number. So kind of the opposite of what we thought was going to happen. He's not getting the ball much, and I'm not sure why. Zach Taylor doesn't like Chase Brown, apparently. I think he should be getting at least 14 to 15 carries a game, plus a few catches out of the backfield. The dude can light up a game. He's electric. He's explosive. He should get the ball more, but he's not. So we're going to take him under 13.5 rushing attempts. That's our first pick. Then the second one, pretty easy. My man TJ Watt, over 3.5 tackles. This is his last 10. Okay, this is going back into last year. 7 of those 10, he's over it. I want you to look at this. This is his last 5 road games going into last year. 4 of those 5. But look at this. Last 5 games, this is all this season, 5 out of 5, he's been over this number. Take that. Easy pick. There's your 2 picks, guys. Again, TJ Watt over 3.5 tackles. And then we've got Chase Brown under 13.5 rushing attempts. There you go. If you like this video, guys, if you found any value from this, hit that subscribe button. We're growing this community. AROD Locks versus the books. Us versus them. Let's beat them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Again, promo code AROD on Sleeper. Get you $100.